Deep in the basement of Saifair Shalom, there's a dusty library that's really the home of a magical bookcase to another world. When Micah and Miri and their friends are home, where there's wolves and hares living fairy tales. Mr. Saifair, the Golem, and glass shoe sales. So come join us for the magic and mystery, maybe even a bit of Jewish history. Auntie PJ's here to give us a taste of all the adventures beyond the bookcase, beyond the bookcase, beyond the bookcase.
There it is up ahead. Chelm.
It looks pretty normal to me.
A regular, everyday town. I see a market, the shul, a school, and that tall tower over there says, just an office building?
There's another one of those over there.
Huh, Micah, look, there's 2 more over there.
Workplace office and workplace headquarters.
And that one says Workplace Studios.
This isn't right. None of this is right. Also, it's way too gray.
Yeah, you'd think they use a different color for, well, anything. Even the stop signs are gray. That can't be good for visibility.
This isn't Chelm. Everyone is wearing suits and ties.
Yeah, gray suits and ties.
But the sign says, welcome to Chelm, so...
In gray, and a really boring font. I don't know exactly how a font can be boring, but somehow that one manages to be, really exceptionally dull.
Oh, hey, that gray worm near the 4th office building, is that...
Yeah, it's Mr. Saifair. Hey, Mr. Saifair, over here. It's us.
Oh, heavens no! I'm Dafi Saifair. Mr. Saifair is my brother, but the Mr. part is just much too formal for me.
Mr. Saifair never told us he had a brother.
We know Mr. Saifair well. He's our, well, maybe not our friend, but he doesn't actively dislike us anymore, I think. I'm Micah. This is my sister Miri, and our friends Blue, Jacob, and Evie. And, this is Golem.
He's a 10-foot-tall clay statue man.
And you're a very large bookworm.
Touché, good sir. Pleased to make your acquaintance.
Likewise.
And who, may I ask, is your young, hatted goat friend over there?
There it is! The goat! Blue, we gotta go after him! Come on!
We'll catch up with you guys later, okay?
Sounds good, Micah. We'll stay here to chat with Dafi.
Hurry! The goat's headed towards that office building.
Which one?
Well, that was the most interesting thing that's happened all week. Maybe you kids can finally bring some life back to Chelm.
Dafi, are you the mayor of this town?
Not usually, no. I've been the intern, the official pie taster, the garbage collector, the substitute mailman, and the town butterfly wrangler. But suddenly, I found myself in this ridiculous top hat and suit.
It's Mr. Saifair's favorite outfit.
But it's all miserably gray! And everyone's referring to me as Mr. Mayor, which is just the worst of the worst. Not just a mister, but also a mayor. Something's definitely amiss here.
Chelm is usually a bright and vibrant place.
Just the way I like it. Clashing patterns, unusual textures, all the prints, neon lights. My brother calls it an eyesore, but it's my eyesore. You should see my orange and pink polka dot muumuu. It looks simply spectacular with a lime green floral fedora.
What's a muumuu?
Sounds like a lot.
Oh, it is. And it's wonderful. And now, look. Everything is basic and boring and gray. Gray isn't even a color.
Well, if Blue were here, they'd tell you that technically it's considered an intermediate color between black and white.
And look at how many offices there are. No town needs 15 office buildings. And to top it off, no one even knows what kind of offices they are. The fruits shaped like the Moon Store, the gefilte hot dog stand, the carp supply center, and the unnecessary party store. They've all been mysteriously changed into offices.
Unnecessary party store?
You know, party supplies for unnecessary parties. Like a banner that says, "Yay, it's Wednesday."
Oh, Got it.
What are people supposed to do on Wednesdays now? Oh, this is terrible, not to mention everyone's suddenly a business person. Mr. Smith over there, business person. Yankel, business person. Miss Meyer, the Fellman brothers, the Riveras, the Russos, and the Lambs. You guessed it, all business people. It's awful. Well, I suppose Frank Fellman is technically a manager, not a business person, so that's something. We have no sacks full of matzah holes, nor sacks of holes for matzah. No one's gone searching for the moon or heaven in weeks. Everyone's too busy filing TPS reports, whatever those are. And I swear, if I hear working hard or hardly working one more time.
Honestly, I'm still a little lost. So, what is Chelm exactly?
It's a town that's usually on the silly side. Topsy-turvy, fun. There's the annual carp festival.
We see who can raise the largest carp.
Like the fish?
Yep. And they use an old boot as a shofar.
But a shofar is supposed to be a ram's horn.
It's a little smelly, but hey, it works.
When it snows, Chelm is beautiful, covered in a layer of frosty white.
No one is allowed to ruin it by walking through it. So the girl who comes to wake us for morning prayers needs to do so before it snows, even if that means we say our morning prayers in the afternoon or at night. At least we get to enjoy the lovely snow.
But something's wrong here. Everything's boring.
Neutral, plain, mundane, lifeless.
Golem, do you have something to do with this? Did you make any changes to Chelm?
It wasn't me. Chelm doesn't need any fixing. It always seemed like it was exactly how it was meant to be.
And now it's all wrong.
Whoa! Does anyone else feel that?
Feel what?
That wiggle! Whoa! Did you guys see that?
Fascinating. The buckle on my satchel flew right off my bag and onto your hand, Jacob. Can you pull it off?
It's stuck! Almost like a magnet! Oh! Got it!
Hey everybody? What's going on around here? I can't see my hand. Or my foot. Or me.
Miri! Where did you go? Help!
It's okay, Jacob. I'm here. I'm just...
Invisible.
Miri can turn invisible? That's physically impossible!
Well, so is a fairy tale world with a large clay friend and a worm for a mayor. But here we are. Miri, you're back.
That was weird.
We've never had anyone from your world stay in Mashal this long. The more time you spend here, the more magic you absorb.
Am I going to be magnetic back in the real world? I could see that being a problem when I'm helping in my dad's garage.
Your powers will only work in Mashal. I think. I would bet money on it. But not that much money. Remember, this has never happened before.
Dafi, do you think you could take us on a tour of Chelm? Maybe we can figure out how to get your town back to normal again.
Abnormal, please. Normal is so boring. Yes, happy to show you. Come along this way. So here's where we usually keep the barrels of borscht that contain the moon.
I remember that story. My mom told me that the people of Chelm loved the light of the moon so much that they thought they could trap it in a barrel of borscht, but it was really just a reflection of moonlight on the soup.
Well, of course, we couldn't really capture the moon in a barrel of borscht, but it's a great story and a fun tradition. Plus, we all just really love a good bowl of hearty beet borscht. But it's all gone. In its place is, as you can see, an office building.
To be fair, that one says it's an office facility.
Same difference. We've got to stop this madness. Chelm is getting more boring by the minute. Over there, we once had the Toast Cafe, a most wonderful restaurant that specialized in...
Toast?
Pancakes, actually. But yes, they also served toast. Toast with jam, and toast with a fried egg on top, and toast with cheese, and of course, buttered toast. You know how toast always lands butter side down if you drop it? Well, the other day, Ms. Meyer dropped a piece of toast, and it landed butter side up.
This story feels familiar, too.
We quickly determined that Ms. Meyer had simply buttered the wrong side of the bread, and thereafter, the Toast Cafe decreed that they guaranteed all of their toast would be buttered on the correct side.
But how do you know which is the correct side?
Well, if you drop it and it lands butter side down, you did it right.
That's pretty silly.
That's the point.
But now the Toast Cafe is simply another boring office building. Where will we get all our properly buttered toast now? Oh, what a world. Yankel!
Hi, Dafi. Are you working hard or hardly working?
Everyone keeps saying that. What does it even mean?
I think it's a workplace joke. I don't know. I just felt like I had to say it when I saw you. I think it's supposed to be funny, but I don't get it.
Yankel, have you seen any trace of the Toast Cafe?
Nope. Just offices. And I can't fight the urge to go in and create a presentation. I'm so excited to make both a pie chart and a bar graph.
You don't sound excited.
I wish I could stop myself. I'd much rather be looking for heaven or digging holes and refilling them with dirt.
I've heard that story before, too. The people of Chelm were digging a foundation for the synagogue, but they didn't know where to put the earth they dug up, so they just dug another hole to put the dirt into.
But what about the dirt from the second hole?
That's what makes it so silly.
Exactly. And everyone loves silly. But I don't have time to be silly because I need to go to touch base with Linda in accounting and Rhonda in HR. I don't even know what that means. I just miss borscht so much. I'll circle back to you soon, Dafi. Happy hump day.
Yankel, wait! What does circle back mean? And what's a hump day?
Those sliding doors. I remember a funny story Auntie PJ told me about Chelm and doors. Dafi, could you show us the shul?
Of course. It seems it's one of the only buildings around here that isn't an office of some sort. And here we are, the shul. Just a plain, gray building, as boring as any of the rest, with doors that work properly and everything.
Whoa. Whoa!
Is that a door hinge?
Wow. Now that was interesting. It flew right off the door and it's sticking to you. You certainly are a magnetic young man, Jacob.
I'm sorry, Mr. Dafi. It was an accident. Whoa.
The top of the door, it's changing.
It's becoming colorful. Red, purple, blue.
Lime green! My favorite!
There's a story about the doors to the Chelm shul. It's coming back to me now. Auntie PJ told us the tale. The hinges broke off the synagogue doors, but instead of repairing the hinges, the town insisted on putting in new doors. But they installed electronic ones, like the sliding ones on the building Yankel went into. And since you can't use electronics on Shabbat, nobody would go into the shul.
Precisely. They were weekday doors, not Shabbat doors.
Why not replace them with regular doors? You'd be able to go in and pray on Shabbat.
You silly clay giant. Then what doors would we use during the week?
And that's why you Chelmites don't go to shul on Shabbat.
Precisely.
We've got to remove the other hinges to reset the story. Jacob, can you get the rest of them off?
I don't know how to control my powers.
You can do it. Just think magnetic thoughts. Maybe that'll work.
I'll try. Magnetic thoughts. Refrigerator doors. Blackboards. Whiteboards. Stainless steel.
You're doing it, Jacob. Keep going.
The inside of my locker at school. The dishwasher. My magnetic word poetry kit.
Amazing. Way to go.
Oh, I did it! I really did it!
It appears you're as magnetic as your personality, dear boy.
Look! The whole door is changing now.
At last!
It's so colorful. And is it sparkly too?
Well, of course, child. What good is a synagogue door without a good coating of chunky, multicolored glitter?
Wow. It's beautiful.
I like it. Bright and cheery. Wonderfully strange, like all Chelm should be. But without hinges on those giant doors, I think maybe we should take a few steps back.
Why ever is that? Oh, the giant doors fell over. That's why.
Look! Now that the doors fell off, the whole synagogue is changing.
Bye-bye, boring gray.
Truly amazing.
Back to its former splendor in every shade of the rainbow, from puce to periwinkle to papaya, all gloriously clashing to create the look we've come to love.
It sure is a lot.
My favorite eyesore. You wouldn't believe how much glitter we used. We wanted it to shimmer like the sun.
Mission accomplished.
And much like the sun, I would recommend you not look directly at it.
Ooh! Micah! Evie! You're back!
Is everyone okay? Oh, we came running when we heard that giant crash. Whoa, what happened to the shul?
Jacob happened. He's magnetic. Like, for real.
What?
Apparently, the longer we stay here, the more magic we absorb. And my magic just happens to be magnetism.
That is so cool!
Jacob's magnetism pulled the hinges right off the door. And I guess that reset one of the famous Chelm stories.
Did you buddies find the goat?
It's really fast for a goat. We lost it when it ran behind the Bureau of Offices over there.
But during the chase, its hat fell off.
I'm not sure how it kept that hat on for so long. I mean, it's a goat. But we managed to grab the hat. And pinned inside was a note. It's definitely Auntie PJ's handwriting. She always dots her I's with perfectly symmetrical geometric shapes.
What does it say? What does it say?
Is Auntie PJ okay? Read it, please, Blue.
It says, embrace the silly.
Embrace the silly.
Well, you don't have to ask me twice. I'm all about the silly.
I think it means if we want to restore Chelm, we need to bring back all the silly. Auntie PJ and our parents have told us so many ridiculous stories about Chelm. We just never knew they were true.
Maybe if we can think of more of the Chelm stories we know, we can find ways to bring them back to life and restore color and fun to the town.
If it means fewer offices and more borscht and toast cafes, I'm all for it.
Then let's go see what we can fix next.
Miri? Where'd you go?
Oh, Miri can turn invisible now.
What?
I'll explain later. Come on, follow me.
But we can't see you!
Good point. You should probably follow Jacob instead.
Just call me the amazing, visible, and also magnetic boy. Come on, everybody, this way. We've got a lot of work to do. Is anyone else really craving borscht right now?
Oh, yeah.